Afternoon, everybody. Coming a little late. Had a meeting this morning, put my schedule behind on doing the video, but like to bring you what's current on Friday. So this actually works out well because we'll be able to see how the market's kind of going to finish out after this week in terms of the MBS market. I'll show you at the end of the report. We're going to start with fourth quarter GDP for last year. Came out first reading up 2.9%. So that's pretty good. But the reason behind that is predominantly due to inventory. There are just a lot of companies dealing with excess inventory because they didn't sell as much as they expected to. And that speaks to the fact that we have seen retail sales slowing through December, and it'll be interesting to see how that goes for January. So what the expectation is that that will kind of drag the GDP for quarter 1 and 2 as these companies deal with that excess inventory, having to slash prices, sell off that inventory that they have in excess. So we'll see how that plays out in the next couple of quarters. Mortgage applications up 3% from last week. So this does speak to the fact that we are definitely seeing more activity in the market right now. Everybody's pretty excited about the interest rates starting to creep down, but that's not necessarily good for you as a buyer. That means more competition. All these people that left the market or held off because they wanted to wait for better interest rates, that's going to create an influx of buyers again, and we're going to deal with the fact that inventory is not going to change. That will create bidding wars. So get in as soon as you can. That's all I got to say. I've been saying it for a while. Jobless claims were down 6,000, but what's interesting about that is if you look at the fact the pace of hiring has slowed, the continuing claims rose by 20,000. So that kind of speaks to the fact that companies are not hiring. And we've seen that there are a lot of companies that in lieu of letting people go, they're actually reducing the hours. So that speaks to the fact that people that are actually unemployed right now are having difficulty finding a job. And we've also seen from the National Association of Business Economists that they do expect the pace of hiring to continue to slow because many companies, rather than letting people go, they're just reducing those hours. But we have seen some major layoffs this year already between Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. You kind of have to be living under a rock not to have heard the numbers of people that they have been letting go, 10,000 plus per company. So biggest news of this week was the PCE report. This is the Fed's favorite measure of inflation that was released yesterday. The core report, which is what they track, that is their favorite measure, is now at 4.7%, but their target is to get to 2%. So we've got a ways to get there. But if you look at the historical trends and how they compare year over year, the numbers that are being replaced by by last year, we expect that we're probably going to hit that 2%, somewhere in that 2 to 3% range, probably in August of this year. So that's really when you're going to see the interest rates probably closer to where you expect them to be. That could be a big, big shift there. But those rates will continue to move down slowly. We'll see. It's not going to be a perfect line down. We're going to have our peaks and valleys still, but we have seen improvements already in this year, and that's motivated a lot of people to get back in the market. The headline number for PCE, we are now at 5%, which is huge because we were at 7% before. So that's a 2% reduction, really, really big. Biggest driver of that was better energy numbers. So let me show you what the markets are doing right now. You can see that we are up 3 basis points for the day. So, and you can see from yesterday that PCE report did not actually help the market, did not actually move the market down. Sorry, I didn't give you a clearer picture of this, but we're 3 basis points right now. Market closes in an hour for us. We are in a favorable position right now, but we still have not broken this Fibonacci level. We are still under that. So we're not seeing any massive movement in the rates. And we did not have a lot of movement in the rates this week. It remained relatively flat, but you can see where we took the dive down, went back up. So you're just not going to see mortgage rates shift too quickly right now. Too much of an unknown factor. So that's where we're at right now. If you have any questions, please do reach out to me. I'm always available to answer your questions. You can add any comments below there. I will be happy to follow up with you on those questions. And please follow me on my new YouTube channel at Lori G Loans. Do like and share my videos. Hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you next week.